Hi, Days fans. What's going on? It's Latrice with this week's Days as I see it. Okay, where do we even start this week? God, Salem got a new mayor, a new police commissioner, and a whole lot of drama. Jack Devereaux, who can't even remember his own children, is now the new mayor of Salem. And Eve Donovan, I'm sorry guys, I refuse to call her Eve Devereaux. Eve Donovan is the new police commissioner. What does this woman know about being a police commissioner? She is more likely to commit a crime than to prevent one. I mean, seriously, are we serious here? Eve, of all people, this is a woman who, oh, God, don't even get me started. She's just awful. Eve is probably the most awful person in Salem, other than Claire. Oh, and speaking of Claire, Tripp dumps her once the truth comes out about Haley and what she did. So what does Claire do? Claire decides to play Firebug and light Tripp's clothes on fire. Except she gets caught by Salem's favorite reformee, Ben Weston, who I love him and Sierra together. And him being such a good man, he goes to the loft to pick up Sierra's phone charger and smells the accelerant on Tripp's clothes that Claire was going to use to light them on fire. When he starts asking questions, Claire has to make some quick adaptations to her story about the lighter that she gave JJ. Except there's only one problem. She's holding it in her hand. Too bad Ben couldn't see because she was holding it behind her back. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to see the beginning of Olivia Rose Keegan's exit story. Eve is out to get Ben. And Ciara just ain't gonna let it happen. Obviously, she ain't gonna let it happen because she went to Rafe to see about Ben getting to spend some time with David. And Lonnie, who just needs to go home. I mean, seriously, she needs to go home. But we'll get to that in a second. Lonnie was there and lied about David being sick. When Rafe was told about this, he was not happy. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he was not happy about Lonnie's lying. And I am so glad that Rafe put Miss Lonnie in her place and let her know that she is not the one to make decisions about who sees that baby, because she is not the one in charge of that baby. I'm also glad that he didn't shut Sierra down completely about Ben seeing baby David. I think it would be good for Ben. I think it would be good for David. And honestly, neither one of them has a say because Ben is technically David's next of kin. Jordan is in the hospital and mentally not stable. So yeah, Ben would be the one to be making decisions about that child's welfare, not Rafe. Not at all, honestly. And I've seen spoilers that say that there's a possibility that Ben goes after custody of David. Wouldn't that be interesting? Anyway, back to our little firebug. It seems that little Miss Eve is going to go after Ben. So the spoilers say. And Ciara is going to step up to defend the man she loves. I just love them as a couple. I know there's a lot of Days fans out there who don't think that Ben deserves happiness. But listen, the guy did his time. And he's apologized to everyone that is around that will let him. And if Chad and Abby the people that he did some of the most horrific damage to can forgive him, then I think everyone else just give the poor guy a break. I think that Ciara is amazing for standing up for Ben. She is his strongest advocate. Even Hope has come around in her way of thinking about Ben, because he has saved her daughter twice, and I think that this is going to be a huge help when it comes time for people to get together, because the Salem Police Department is essentially now useless. If you thought they were useless before, they are about to be completely useless now with Eve as commissioner. She is stupid. She is clueless. And I love the way Eli played with her head the other day. And she tried to make it like she was some kind of tough woman. Yeah, no. So, Ben and Ciara are going to investigate the cabin fire. And I have a feeling that Rafe, Lanny, and Eli may step in. At least Rafe and Eli. And even though Hope is no longer on the force, I think she may use her police skills to help them out. And sadly for Hope, it is going to expose that her granddaughter tried to kill her own daughter. Poor Hope. Like she hasn't gone through enough. She and Rafe have signed divorce papers and are no longer married. And Hope has fallen into Ted Laurent's trap. I want to know who's running the cartel. I don't think it's Kristen. I still think Deimos is alive and is pulling some strings. Kristen is too busy, as we learned today, shockingly playing the role of Nicole. Wow, talk about a bombshell. That was huge. Not huge, but still huge. I think that it was great that Brady continues to turn her down. And I think part of it is hugely because he's in love with Chloe, who received her own bombshell when she walked into Stefan's bedroom and found him and Gabby in bed together, which led to a big old blowout fight, and I'm kind of glad it happened. Stefan and Chloe, they just don't have it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Stefan and Gabby, light up the screen. Let's go. I think Gabby and Chloe represent the two sides of Stefan. Chloe represents the side of Stefan that he wants to be. He wants to be this nice guy who has a woman who is sweet and loving and kind and is gentle, and she's just a nice girl. But that's not the real Stefan. As everyone in our group knows, the real Stefan, as I call him, Snake Boy, he kind of has a heart, but he's vicious, and he's mean, and he's a little bit soulless, and he will go after what he wants without thinking about consequences or who it hurts. And I think that's Gabby. She is the yin to his yang. She brings out the kind of in him. You know? She brings out that vicious side of him. And I think somewhere in there's a heart for her too. He hates what happened to her in jail, even though it kept the woman he was infatuated with. And maybe that's why he's infatuated with her, because she represented that part of Abby's personality that he fell for. That sexy, sassy, brassy side, you know? That may be why he's so attracted to Gabby. She was exactly what Gabby Gale was. And he liked that. She's a take no prisoners, bitchy type personality. Sorry, guys. I mean, I know there are some Gabby fans there, but that's who Gabby Hernandez is. She goes after what she wants, just like him, with no thought to what's happening to someone else. Look at how she went after Chad. She didn't care what happened to Abby in the process. She wanted what she wanted, and she didn't care who she hurt to get it. In the end, she didn't get it, but that was just the way it was. It sucks that Chloe got hurt, but I have a feeling we are seeing Nadia's exit from the show. I kind of hope they do send her off to New York with Parker, because I really hate watching her cry over Holly. Holly wasn't her daughter. And I know she carried her, and I know I'm going to catch a lot of backlash over this. But remember, let's not forget, Holly wasn't her daughter. And it's okay for her to care about Holly, but I think, I have a feeling that Holly is with the real Nicole. And wherever Nicole is, Deimos has her. Deimos has never been able to let go of this woman. We all know this. He has been fixated on her, infatuated by her, just totally captivated by her. And he would do anything to have her, including kidnapping her and making it seem like her daughter were dead to get her. Would Kristen help him? Kristen would do anything to get him to sever ties or to get him close to Nicole. Except it's not working, because Brady has moved on. Brady's in love with Chloe. And unfortunately for Kristen, well, that tie wasn't just broken, it was severed when Brady blackmailed Nicole to go out of town. I think Brady has come to terms with that. Brady has moved on. He realizes that Nicole truly does love Eric, and he's okay with that now. It's Eric who's having a hard time, and it sucks for him. And it really sucks for him because Sarah won't leave him alone. Today, it was good to see him tell her, I'm in love with Nicole. I won't give up on her. You need to stop. Sarah really needs to stop, because she's supposedly proclaimed her love for Rex, agreed to marry him, and now here she is fawning over Eric all over again. Ugh. And now she can't even go to her mother because her mom has fallen off the wagon. I don't like where they've taken the storyline with Maggie. I know that one person has to completely lose it in a storyline that affects a whole town like this. But I really wish it wasn't Maggie. Not like this. She feels like she's lost everything. She's lost her son. She's lost her daughter, and now she's seeing Kate the Dragon Lady fawning over her husband. And what's even worse is she feels like Victor doesn't recognize what's happening. And it seems like it is that way. Victor doesn't realize what's happening. He doesn't get that Kate is fawning over him. And Maggie may be right. Kate may be looking for a way back in to the Kiriakis mansion. I don't think it's a good idea for Brady to hide Maggie's drinking from Victor. I understand why he's doing it, but I don't think it's a good idea. I think that Brady wants to get her some help, and that's a good thing. But Maggie needs all of her family now. However, with Victor not being as supportive as he should be, I understand why Brady doesn't want to talk to him. And Maggie wants nothing to do with him right now because she just feels like he's completely abandoned her. And in a way, he has. Victor, 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 you are not being a good husband, and I don't know what is wrong with you, but pull it together, old man. I mean, seriously, pull it together. Get away from the dragon lady and keep her out of your house. You need to put your wife first. Let Brady run Titan. He will be fine. He is sober. He can handle Xander. We all know Xander's a snake. It's fine. Relax. What else? We are soon going to be seeing the return of Chad and Abby. And I know I talk about this a lot. And there's a lot of fans who feel like I do. I am super excited. I can't wait to see them come home. And I'm just over the moon about this. Billy Flynn and Kate Manzi will be back. I don't know if they will be staying, but they will definitely be back. Billy has talked about it in an interview, and the news broke Twitter. Mine nearly fell off my phone. I was so excited. We've covered Jack and Eve this week. Will and Sunny, we didn't get to see much of them. John and Marlena seem to be the only happy couple. Steve will be back. Probably we won't see him until November sweeps, which makes me sad. But, Jack and Haley. JJ and Haley. Love that JJ and Haley are finally getting it together. It sucks that they're doing it on the run, but they are getting it together. I love that JJ is willing to leave Salem behind. It sucks that he would have to leave his mom, but for the love of his life, this is what he will do. He reminds me so much of the old Jack, when Jack was dedicated to his family, and would do anything for his family. I just love seeing them together. And I'm so glad that Tripp stepped in to help them out. I hope that Tripp will somehow file for divorce so that while they are on the run, Jack and Haley can figure out how to get married and make their marriage legal and keep Haley in the country. We also saw Melinda have essentially a breakdown. I know a lot of people are not a fan of Melinda because she's always seemed like such a hard ass. But the reveal that she is Haley's mom, which really didn't surprise anyone. I've seen people speculate about it everywhere. So it really didn't surprise people when the news came out. But, sorry. But, it was good to see some emotion pour out of her. And seeing Jen and Melinda interact together was really good. I liked the interaction between these two characters. Jen told Melinda that she had failed Haley when she was young, but she needed to keep it together so that she could help her now. And I think that's the only thing that saved Jack and Eve's life that night, because Melinda was ready to kill, as any mother would be if someone were harming their children. I'm sure there are a lot of moms out there who watch Days who maybe not in the same situation, but on some level could understand Melinda's pain and who could understand her desire to protect her child. I know I could. I probably wouldn't go as far as Melinda did, but I would do anything to protect my children. So yeah, I'm hoping that they get it all straightened out and Haley and JJ are able to come home. And when they do, I hope JJ just nails his father. And I hope it's finally revealed that Eve and JJ's marriage is a farce, which is kind of why I'm hoping that Deimos is alive. Because if Deimos is alive and Eve is Deimos's wife, then she can't be married to two men at the same time. And her marriage to Deimos takes precedence over her marriage to Jack, which means she's not the first lady of Salem. Bye-bye, Eve. And if she's not married to Deimos, then it means Stefan takes the hit, and he doesn't own Basic Black, and it reverts back to a Kiriakis holding, which would be interesting as well. Well, guys, that's it for this week. I guess we're just going to have to keep watching and wait and see what happens. It looks like May sweeps are going to sweep us right on into some interesting stuff. Remember, days won't air Monday because of Memorial Day. So, for all my chat buddies and hopefully new chat buddies, I will see you guys Tuesday. And for everyone else, I will see you Friday with our day's update. Bye!